going on, guys?
It's me,
Mr. RedPillCanuck, back in the building, back with another video, back with another episode. And without further ado, let's get into the show.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change.
As you know, ladies and gentlemen, summer is upon us. It is hot as balls outside. It is like 1,000 degrees. Where you just want to walk around in the nude. I ain't gonna do that. Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. But of course, we all want to stay cool out there. And of course, Illinois is also one of those places. And as you could see with the title of the video, and you can see the disclaimer up, it's going to be one of those videos. Viewer discretion advised at this channel, at this video. We don't mean no harm. We are just trying to entertain and trying to put the news out there and give our take on the news. We promote no hate or harm to anybody's life choices, sex, or creed. And you chose to click on my caricature, my cute one at that, in order to hear what I have to say. So, if you're going to be offended, please do us both a favor and leave. It's just that simple. Let's get into the video here, guys. We're just muckering around here. So I queued up a video here just to kind of state what's going on. We already know what the title, but let's get a little more into it. So there's no ads here, by the way. Fair use to 6 News. We're gonna maximize it here. Give me a second here. And there we go.
A popular water park to cool off in the summer heat in hot water tonight. This is News 4 at 10. I'm Corey Stark.
I'm Samantha Jones. A father telling News 4 a day that was supposed to be about family fun turned into humiliation for his daughter. The controversy surrounds the Raging Rivers Water Park in Grafton. Only News 4's Melanie Johnson spoke to the dad, who's now ready to throw his season pass in the trash.
To have a company be responsible for such a massive
Yes, guys, it's gonna be one of those videos. Let's continue.
mental impact on my daughter it's tough.
Andrew Badden took his family to Raging Rivers Monday with hopes of getting on the water park's newest ride, the Mississippi Monster. Their excitement rippling into waves of embarrassment after a worker asked his 13-year-old daughter to step on a scale in front of complete strangers.
There's a big scale right there. And I looked at that. And
Wait. Hold on a second. Let's rewind the tape here, as they say.
There's a big scale.
Let's rewind the
13-year-old
tape
daughter
here.
to step on a scale in front of complete strangers.
Guys, this is your family in 2022. Oh my god, I swear I'm trying to be as nice as possible in this video. I'm not trying to shame anybody. Please read the disclaimer. But you guys gotta admit, y'all in the US, I don't know what's in your water supply or what's in y'all food. Let's continue.
There's a big scale right there. And I looked at that, and I kind of looked at my wife, and the guy looked at us, and he was like, to my daughter, he was like, you need to step on the scale.
The weight limit for the ride, 200 pounds.
She steps on the scale, and she's 205.
Bruh. You guys are making it so hard for me here. Pause. 13 years of age and you're at 205 pounds? Now, I know y'all gonna say she probably has some sort of medical condition. That may be true. But you saw the family, guys. There is no medical, I don't think there's any medical condition. It may be genetics. Or maybe it's all the craft dinner and all the stuff y'all eating in Illinois. Anyway. Let's continue.
Decision a Raging River spokesperson says was made because of safety concerns. But these customers say there were no signs indicating...
Okay, you know what? Let me just give a round of applause to Raging Rivers for not thinking about just money, but also thinking about public safety. And I don't just mean safe. And why did I stop it at this part of the video? Seriously, she's digging her butt. For God. Oh my God, there's so much red flags in this video. This video is so tempting, I'm telling you. But anyway, let me give a round of applause, which I just did, and I just totally ruined it there, buzzer for me. Let me give... I just want to give a shout out to the Raging Rivers because they cared about public safety, not just about making a buck. So obviously, they're trying to ensure the safety of all patrons, not just the people that are not able to go on the ride. So they're trying to protect everybody. And let me go to full screen for a second, because you know what? A lot of people think that when these sort of incidents happen, the park or the corporation is trying to fat shame you. That is not the case. Usually when these parts come in, there's a weight limit on them. It goes through vigorous testing, and obviously there's a certain weight limit where it actually impacts the overall functionality in the material. So if they put, I think this is what they do. I think they actually put pressure on the actual tubing at hand, and they see how long it would take in order for it to break or whatever. And probably what the weight was actually 200 pounds. So they're actually doing a public duty, a public safety thing here. So there's no sort of fat shaming that I see here. It's just they're trying to ensure public safety. But anyway, let's get back into the video here.
A weight limit.
I get the safety, but just communicate.
Batten taking his frustrations to Facebook in a...
Of course, he's going to Facebook. And of course it was shared 321 times. I honestly would love to see the comments, but I can't. But let us read this post. This very long post at that. Debated on posting this, but I think everyone should at least be aware. So Raging Rivers Water Park in Grafton, Illinois opened up their new water slide today after more than a year of delays. And words cannot begin to describe my sadness, anger, and disappointment at the current moment. So obviously there was a delay because of COVID, and probably there was lockdowns there in the US as well, and it didn't allow it to open, but there you go. My 13-year-old daughter, who has been a season ticket holder her entire life, has been beyond excited for this ride. Though all the delays in rollout and all the announcements leading up to it, there has never been any mention of a weight limit. Interesting. Neither was there any mention of a weight limit at the bottom of the hill, as she and her friend excitedly climbed the hill to ride the monster for the first time, only to get to the top to be confronted with a scale. Let's leave out the amazingly damaging psychological impact of forcing a young woman to publicly weigh herself. Listen, females weigh each other, they weigh all the time. But anyway, let's continue. I lost my spot here. Okay, here we go. But to have to see my daughter's face has to see my daughter's face, eyes welling up in tears as she was turned away for being 5 pounds over. Again, like I reiterated earlier, obviously these tubes, they go through vigorous testing. I guess 200 pounds was the breaking point in order for the support to hold. So obviously 5 pounds over is 5 pounds over. Wow. The employee was extremely upset as well and explained that this scene has been playing out all day and many people have been upset, surprised about the restriction. What are you all eating in Illinois? Are you guys all overweight that this poor employee had to be going through this all day, bruh? Seriously? I have many questions, but the main is why was there no mention of a weight limit in the rollout to the opening of the attraction? At the very least, there should be a signage at the bottom of the hill to prevent people from having to subject themselves to public humiliation when found to be non-compliant with safety requirements. Raging Rivers has been such a joy for my daughter throughout her childhood and has such an amazing, awful experience. Wow, okay, that's good vocabulary there. Today has saddened me beyond words, as well as negatively impact my daughter in a way that I'm sure she's going to be discussing with a therapist for years to come over 5 pounds. I love how you just basically throw it on the kid and not throw it on yourself. Anyway, let's continue with the video here. 329 shares, guys.
Post that's been shared more than 300 times, saying, quote, "To have to see my daughter's face, eyes welling up with tears as she was turned away for being 5 pounds over." Raging Rivers tells me,
you see, guys, this is what the media does. There's so much there talking about a weight limit, yet they emphasize on the child's misery. Jesus. What about telling the whole story? Anyway, let's continue.
the new water tubes for the Mississippi Monster Waterslide will be here as soon as Wednesday. This will increase the weight capacity for the ride.
Guys, let's think about this for a second. In the year 2020, obviously, a lot of people look like these people here. But instead of promoting life choices and promoting better life choices at that, instead we decide to have a Band-Aid and to increase the weight of the tube. For real? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to...
Disappointment that she felt by not being able to ride the brand new ride was definitely overshadowed by the public humiliation of being asked to step on a scale, and then further than that, being told you're overweight.
Okay, hold on a second. She wasn't told she was overweight. I didn't hear anything about anything on there being told about being overweight or heard anything. They basically said you're over the weight limit. You're not over. We didn't say, okay, yeah, kid, you're fat. Get the hell out of here. Fact is fact. And let me go full screen. You know what? I'm going full screen again here. Because you know what? And this is actually very, very interesting. The way the foods are nowadays, it just doesn't make sense. See, me personally, I order online with these food delivery services, ever so often, especially when I'm editing videos and I just, I'm just tired to crap, like we always do. But did you guys ever notice one interesting thing? And we're gonna go conspire mode here. That's right, guys. We're going conspire mode. Did you guys ever notice that around late at night, when you try to find anything to eat, the most unhealthiest things that are on there? Like the other day, I went on my favorite delivery service. I'm not going to mention because I don't want to promote them. But I went on there and all I saw was McDonald's, Indies, and Burger King. And Eyes. Obviously, those are not the restaurants, but I don't want to get nailed. So, that's why I'm calling it that. But you guys can fill in the blanks. But you notice late at night, that's all that's available. But the healthy food cuts off at 8 o'clock? Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? Next time, check your delivery app and test my theory. Let's get back into the video.
13-year-old daughter, also a season ticket holder, just like her father. Both say they don't plan on returning to the water park anytime soon.
We, as parents, now have to, undo the emotional damage that this, corporate company cost us.
In Grafton.
Seriously? The corporate company cost you that? The corporate company. How about... You know what? I'm trying really hard here. I am trying really hard here, guys, not to be mean. But why are you blaming the company on something that y'all can take care of? How about eating a little bit better? How about not blaming other people for your misfortune, for your issues? If it's a medical condition, my condolences, I apologize up front. But because of if it's because of your poor eating habits and because you'll toss away a salad to have a hamburger instead, and because of your poor eating choices, don't blame corporate America. Blame your damn self. There's a lot of ranting in this video today.
Illinois, Melanie Johnson, News 4.
Alright, so that was the video there. So, wait, how do I get out of here now? Wait, I don't want to play it again.
Leo Vegas Sportsbook.
Okay, yeah, we're not playing that again, sorry. How do we get out of here? Okay, so... Okay, what is going on here? Okay, wow, I almost showed you guys something I was not supposed to show you. Alright, so let's get into the actual article here at hand. A family in Illinois says their 13-year-old daughter was turned away from a ride at Raging Rivers Water Park after being told to step on a scale in front of a bunch of strangers, or in front of strangers. Andrew Baton, as you probably heard, that he was the one in the video, told KMOV that he and his family went to the amusement park in hopes of trying the newest ride, the Mississippi Monster. Baton said the worker asked his daughter to weigh herself in front of everyone when they made it to the front of the line. Okay, hold on a second. So, they said everyone, but they didn't say how many people were there. Everyone could mean 2 people. Everyone could be basically mean her family and the employee. They didn't clarify that, so if they're talking about public shaming, that is an important thing. The guy looked at us and my daughter and said, "You need to step on the scale," Baton said, adding she was embarrassed by the incident. Now, let me ask you all a question here. And I've actually went through this when I was a child, when I was about 7 years old. We have something here called CNE, Canadian National Exhibition, but instead we sold to the US and now it's called something else. So, buzzer for Canadian for selling it. for Canada. Jesus Christ. But anyway, back to my story. So, when I was 7 years old, I wanted to go on this roller coaster. And, of course, you guys know what I'm talking about. They probably have this at Six Flags as well in the States. There's a height chart where you have to stand and to see if you're tall enough in order to be on the ride. And that's in regards to safety. How come y'all will stand in front of a height chart and not say ish or bat an eye, but to stand on a damn scale is a frickin' issue? And here's the most ironic thing. Y'all can't control your height, but y'all can control your weight. Interesting, isn't it? The scale read 205, but Banton said that he was told that there was a 200-pound weight limit. A spokesperson from Raging River said that the decision was made to prioritize the safety of guests, which I totally agree on. I'm glad that they made that statement and that decision. I get the safety, but the communication, but just communicate it, Batten said. He claims there's no signs to indicate the weight limit on the ride. Well, if that's the case, then, you know, still, you know what? Rules are rules for the safety of everyone. It's the same thing. Like when you go to a roller coaster, you do not find out, you're in line, and you will not know until you get to the front of the line where there's a little chart where you have to stand on before you go on. It's the same thing. But y'all don't make issues about that. Oh, no. No. You guys will make issues about weight, which you can control, but not height. Anyway. I was like, there's nothing on the media about it. About that. Was this posted anywhere? He was like, no. We've had some people getting hurt, so we're limiting the weight on the ride. Okay. I'm glad he raised that point. We've had some people getting hurt, so we're limiting the weight on the ride. Let me read that one more time for all the normies out there who thinks I'm fat shaming and I'm taking the side of the corporation over a 13-year-old girl and apparently I'm a bad guy. Let me read that again. We've had some people getting hurt, so we're limiting the weight on the ride, Batten said. So there you go. That's the reason why they had the weight limit. According to Raging Rivers, a new water tube for the Mississippi Monster had been ordered to increase the weight capacity for the ride. So there you go. There was an issue, they solved it. While Batten and his daughter are both season ticket holders, they plan not to return to the water park anytime soon. The disappointment that she felt by not being able to ride on the brand new ride was definitely overshadowed by the public humiliation of being asked to step on the scale, Batten said. Then further than that, being told that you're overweight we as parents have to undo the emotional damage that this corporate company caused us. They pointed out an issue, that people were getting hurt. They're fixing the issue, so that way y'all can go and gain more weight and still be able to ride this safely. And you're still saying that the corporate company is trying to cause damage. Talk about passing blame. Jimmy Holmes, a spokesperson for Raging Rivers, sent KMOV a statement Wednesday regarding the incident. Our goal is never to embarrass anyone, but we must, okay, let me read that again, sorry. Guys, you know what, when I'm reading, it's just that these lights, because in order to make my caricature work, as you can tell, it's working a little bit better now. And it's because of the lighting. And because the lighting is glaring off the screen, sometimes I can't read certain words because the lighting is so bright. So I do know how to read, guys. I graduated from college. It's just that the lighting is too bright. So let me read this again. Our goal is never to embarrass anyone, but we must look out for their safety while visiting Raging Rivers. Raging Rivers takes an abundance and precautions to ensure the safety of our guests while enjoying our slides and attractions. The new Mississippi Monster Slide has a max weight of 200 pounds per rider. Signage is located at the base of the slide, alerting the guests of this restriction. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold the phone. Did I just read this right? Signage is located at the base of the slide, alerting the guests of this restriction. In addition, there is a scale that all guests who choose to ride the attraction must step on to ensure they meet the requirements, the safety requirements of this ride. Seriously. So let's get into this. Let me read this again. So you're telling me that there was no sort of signage and playing the victim, but instead y'all were playing the goddamn fool. Let's scroll back up here. You see, this is sometimes with these articles you have to vent them. Where is it here? He claims, and I'm going to highlight this for all you normies here. He claims there were no signs to indicate the weight limit of the ride. Okay, and there was another place here too. Where is it? So there's that one right there. Where is it? There was another place here too. Or was that the only place? I know that I saw it somewhere else as well. Oh, I think it was in the video. It was in the video, I believe. It was in the video. So you basically said there was no signage whatsoever. But it clearly said there was signage. Plus, and again, I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to read this again. I'm going to highlight this. Signage is located at the base of the slide, alerting guests for this restriction. In addition, there is a scale that all guests, let me highlight this for y'all. All guests who choose to ride the attraction must step on to ensure they meet the safety requirements. So y'all try to be slick and smooth and try to bypass it, pretending y'all are blind and don't see the sign. But your ass got caught when you got to the top of the hill and y'all had to weigh your goddamn self. So you thought you'd be slick. So you know what, honestly, let me go full screen. You know what, honestly, for all y'all who are saying I was shaming this 13-year-old, I'll be honest with you, I felt a little bit pity for her. I felt a little bit pity. But now I still feel pity for the kid. But you know what? Shame on the parents. Shame on the parents, because what they tried to do is they tried to sneak onto the ride, it looks like. Because they do claim their signage. And every guest has to weigh. Not just ones who think are too fat. Everybody. So if you're a freaking twig, and if you're a flatback of, say, 100 pounds, you're still going to have to weigh your ass in order to get on that ride. Because it clearly states there, all guests must weigh. So you weren't singled out at all, my friend. You just got caught slipping when you're trying to sneak on a ride just because you think you're only 5 pounds over. Or probably you didn't even know you were 5 pounds over. But you know you were getting close to there. But y'all got caught. I'm telling you. Y'all want to blame corporate America? Sometimes, yeah, most of the time they are to blame. But this is one of the rare occasions where they're not. They are not to blame on this one, guys. Wow. Interesting story. Interesting story at that. Wow. Y'all want to blame the corporate America, eh? Right, this man tried to be slick. You know what, honestly? It is not the park's fault for causing emotional damage. And I'm still on full screen. It is not the park's fault for what your daughter had to go through, Mr. Batten. It was your fault as a parent. There was a way you could have diffused it and said, you know what? Look at the sign. I'm pretty sure you saw the sign. I'm pretty sure you did. But you probably said and told your kid, that's okay. Let's go. You're the one that got her shamed, not the park. You're taking an L here, sir. You are taking an L. So, anyway, wow. This was definitely an interesting article, but wow. Weird times we're living in, guys. Weird times. Weird times. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you do the normal YouTube thingies, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.
I never miss, that's fact. Taking big swings, put your hand to the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill. I know life's short, so I wanna live real. But how is it supposed to feel?